Welcome to my channel. This is something brief that I just want to mention about the Lakers and the struggles that they're going through right now. Basically, it's natural for anyone to panic, of course, but it actually appears to be a blessing in disguise. I know it's a difficult blessing in disguise, but let me explain why. Well, first of all, we have to remember that the three that are out, LeBron James, Anthony Davis, and Andre Drummond, which we can say we have a double AD, a double A, double D, two ADs. So LBJ and double AD, AD. These are actually our starters, these are actually our starters and starter caliber players without a doubt. So pretty much you can say that it's really like our our bench players or our second string players, uh, that they're the ones that are playing against these starters of other teams. So how is it a blessing in disguise? Well, for one, these teams that are going up against us at this time, they're not really getting practice to see how they can match up against our starters. So if our starters are ready to go by the playoffs, um, and they're actually physically ready and healthy, then it would be a shock to any of these other opponents who never got a chance to practice against LeBron James, AD, and Andre Drummond together. And at the same time, actually, we can also mention that it was a very short off season. So this is actually giving LeBron James and AD and Andre Drummond, which his case is a little different, but giving especially LeBron James and Anthony Davis um, a time to rest. They didn't get enough rest, as you know, since they won the championship. They were one of the two teams that had the shortest off season out of all of any other teams. And so this is good for them to get a rest and then get themselves healthy and then also to start working out and get ready for the playoffs. So that is a blessing. In regards to the other players, is a blessing because many of them didn't get a lot of playing time. So with a very short off season and not much of a preseason, so it gives them a chance to practice going up against the starters of these other teams. So it's actually helping them to get better, helping them to develop chemistry. So by the time Anthony Davis and LeBron James and Andre Drummond come back, they should have a very improved bench. They should have an improved bench. It should be very different. They would have gotten a lot of practice time and a lot of experience. And so they will get better. Maybe they won't get better to the point of being of the starter caliber as they're playing now because they're losing games. But nonetheless, they would be a great backup whenever AD and LeBron have to hit the bench. It's not like things would just completely fall off. They're getting practice. So this is good for them. And if they can ever start getting the chemistry together and improving and start actually beating some good teams without LeBron James, without AD, then that will be powerful when those three come back. And also, we don't want to injure them again. So it's also like saving them for the playoffs, getting them rest and getting them healthy. And then when they come back and go right into the playoffs shortly thereafter, they'll be just hopefully wiping other teams out because they'll be rested, they'll be healthy, and there are big dogs. So in that sense, it's a blessing in disguise for the team as a whole, for those who needed to get more playing time and practice, and for those who needed to get more rest. So hopefully that's the way it plays out, and it won't be them coming back too early and not playing well or getting injured again before the playoffs. So be patient, and hopefully they'll get one or two other players to help strengthen the lineup even more. That's what we hope. Okay, so it definitely appears that it could be a blessing in disguise, and let's hope so. Let's hope that it is. You know, and like I mentioned, we'd have to look at it from all of these perspectives, from all of these points of view, to understand that yes, we're losing games because we don't have our big dogs in there, and they are resting and trying to get back healthy. When they get back, hopefully we'll see the difference like night and day, and the bench would be a lot stronger by that time because they got a lot of practice, they got a lot of playing time, and they gain more experience. I'm especially hoping to see more out of THT, who's growing very well and learning very quickly. I want to see THT. I want to see who else? Of course, Montrezl Harrell, and Dennis Schroeder needs to get it together, so if we can get these people should be able to guarantee, and we can talk about even Kuz. They should be able to guarantee us at least 20 a night. I know some people accept 15, but they have that capability. At least they should. Montrezl Harrell giving us 20 a night. Dennis Schroeder giving us 20 a night. And who else? So Montrezl Harrell, Kuzma, and Dennis Schroeder. These three should definitely be giving us 20 a night. We can get surprised now and then by THT, but we don't want to put too much pressure on him as a young player. Let him develop, and hopefully he will eventually fit into that. All right, so that's basically that. That's all I wanted to say. So this could be a blessing in disguise. Please be patient. And I really hope they step it up and they start winning some games. They've won, as you know, the teams that, the games that they should have won against the teams that they should beat. But they're also losing the games that you expect them to lose. And we would like to see a surprise. I would like to see them win the game or games that we think that they would lose. And I was hoping they would beat the Clippers, but that didn't happen. So hopefully it's either they have to step it up and start figuring out how to get that done, developing the chemistry and being more aggressive and assertive, and or we get one or two more pieces, before the playoffs to help put them over the top as far as being able to win some games. Because when LeBron James comes back, AD, and Andre Drummond, really, I'm hoping that they'll be high powered at that point. So this really gives us a chance also to see what the weak points we have, to cover whatever weak points we have. This is a good time to see that. All of that is getting exposed at this point. So even that is a blessing, that you're getting an opportunity to see that instead of being covered up by the heroic feats of LeBron James or AD, or even they were trying to throw Andre Drummond in there to be like a superhero, a Superman to come in and save the day. So unfortunately, they have to go back to, depending on what they do to win games. Okay, between the coaching and the players that are there, they have to really take this opportunity to show what they're made of. And that's it. All right. So thank you for tuning into my channel and listening to what I have to say about the Lakers, my team. When I grew up, watching the Lakers, and they were always a team that gave me hope. And I used to actually follow the Knicks and the Lakers together. The Lakers, that was the team that always gave me hope and would win. And the Knicks, I was always, like rooting for the underdog, just hoping that they can, win a game or do something good. And at that time, way back before these days, there was some hope because, it had Bernard King, and then Ewing came. So there was some hope during those times, although, you know, they didn't go as far as I hoped that they would, but I always had the Lakers as a team that will always fulfill the hopes that I always desired. Okay, enjoy your day and keep tuning in and share and like. Have a good day.